Hey everybody, Excalibur here, and it's been a long time, but finally everything is shipped. Everything is here. We've got the wireless mics, we've got the soundboard, and all that other stuff, and I'm going to unbox. Or actually, I pulled everything out of the packaging. I'm just going to go ahead and show you what was ordered and for what purpose it all actually is going to be used for in terms of better recording quality for the cameras. Now, first off, I had started GoFundMe and I saved up $90 of my own money in Patreon to go towards the $1,000 minimum requirement, which would have included an Elgato and a couple other things. And the unfortunate thing is that got zero traction. I was the only one who was doing it, so I decided, hey, let's go ahead and look at a way we can break it down even further and be able to make some smarter purchases that will work out in the long run instead of just everything all at once and trying to decipher and hook everything up. So what I did is, instead of the 8 mic rack unit for mics, I decided to go with a setup that could go 2 mics at a time, get 2 of those units, and I can have up to 4. So I get my 8 wireless lavalier mics, and the only problem is connecting them all up to get the audio out, because the rack unit had everything set up in it. It had the equalizers and all that, and it could just pump straight out using balanced or unbalanced input. So I had to figure out a way to get the same thing, and the only way to do that would be to get a soundboard. Now, I had a little bit left over after everything was said and done for getting at least the audio portion of this, so I put it towards a game which is going to be unboxed in its own video. But I'll show you the game here. It's called BattleCon. This is the remastered edition, which is supposed to be better than the original, with updated artwork and everything like that. So we'll unbox this in another video. But for the most part, we've got everything we need to now finally increase the audio quality of my videos when I'm out at game stores, and possibly even when I'm in my office. We'll have to see what the quality is compared to my my blue snowball, which is right here. Can I pull it out without killing things? Yeah, there we go. There it is. It just killed my monitor there, so I'll put it back where it is. It's on an arm. There we go. Fix everything. Who knew? Who knew? All right. So why don't we go on and we'll take a look at all the smaller things first, and then we'll get to the bigger box things. So with something like this, we're going to need a lot of cables to hook it up. I got some extra cables to do some extra things. First off, I picked up this wonderful little right angle 3.5 millimeter TRS XLR3M connector. Now what that means is I can actually hook up like microphone cables and powered mics to this to pump directly into a camera if I'm doing a single recording or whatever. And when I get an Elgato, I'll be using my HD camera to do more webcam-y stuff than the 720p webcam that I'm using now. I also want to get a 1080p webcam so that I can actually increase the quality of that too. Luckily, that's only like $30 to $40 instead of a couple of hundred. So we'll probably look at getting one of those sooner rather than later. But I also need a powered mic. That's an issue. We'll have to see what we can do with this. But mainly, I got it in case I had a powered mic. I could then hook it directly into the camera, maybe for interviews, if I get into interviews with game developers or store owners or whatever. But I got this just in case, so it was only a couple of bucks. Now I got this stereo 1/4 inch adapter to 3.5 inch adapter, so I can plug this into the camera from a balanced output. So we have this for the soundboard if I have the option to use it. I think I can go headphone out to camera so I get what I hear. That's one option. Now I also got a bunch of these. Let me just open up the bag. That'd be easiest probably. They're adapters that allow you plug 3.5 inch headphones into 1/4 inch. That's mainly so that I can use the higher quality gaming headphones that I have. I can't afford professional level headphones right now, but I can put on the spot like earbuds or whatever and plug them into the soundboard so that I can have a monitoring solution while I'm out and about. This right here is for the system. So we have a dual 1/4 inch TS that goes to a 3.5 millimeter sound. So this is going to go from the soundboard left and right out, they're unbalanced outputs, to the camera. Well, actually, I think they're balanced because you can adjust the volume on them and equalizer and stuff like that. But anyway, these will go in the soundboard, and this will go into the camera right here. So soundboard here, camera here, and this will allow me to mix and adjust volumes and levels and stuff like that, and put that directly into the camera. Or I can put it into the line in or mic in for a stereo mic. We don't have them, so probably a stereo in on a laptop or on a Surface or something like that, so that I can record directly out to a computer and use my soundboard that I have, my clapboard, sorry, not soundboard, my clapboard, to sync up audio. But it's allows me to go through and scrub audio. If there's still way too much noise from the background or whatever, we can use that. Now these guys, these go from the wireless mic receivers into the soundboard. I have 2, so that's going to allow me 4 mics. I'll have to get 2 more of these so that I can handle up to 8 mics eventually. But the cool thing is I can go 2 mics at a time and go from a 4-player game to a 6-player, and then later to an 8-player game if it gets down to it. So those are some good cables there. I have this lovely beast. What it is, it's an HDMI to a mini HDMI, which lets me go from my camera to an Elgato or a TV for a monitor. And this allows me to see it on a bigger screen, or I can record directly. I can hide the screen and get some high quality visuals that way. This is going to allow me to stream from my cameras as well. And we're going to have to see how that works. I have never done that before. We might have to go through an Elgato into the recording and streaming software. Good thing is the Elgato does all the compression, not the computer. So I might be able to get stuff done that way. So that's all the mics, all the cabling that I got. Now I'm going to move these out of the way because I've got a box or 2 that I have to pick up and open. I'll get these over here. Before we get to that, we have this lovely thing. What is it? Well, it's a big circle-y thing. Let's unzip it. Yeah, you might think that it's like for, you know, windshield stuff, but here we go. This is my reflector, and you can put this dark here to dim down the lights, or you can use a reflector to make things brighter. Oh boy, yeah, that really shines things up. And the cool thing is you can unzip this and flip it around, and you've got a bright white, you've got this transparent to diffuse light, and then you've got a super shiny gold to actually make things a little bit better. Now this, I might have to get more of these, but this is mainly used for by photographers for lighting, and I need lighting solution that will help remove reflections off of cars and game components. So I figured if I had reflectors or diffusers, then I could put them up where the light is coming from, and I would be able to better show what's on the table rather than a bunch of shiny little mirrors. So there's that. This is one of the things that I was greatly looking forward to. Now I got to get clips and other things for that. Alright. Microphones, wireless microphones. These things are awesome. I'm going to clear up a little bit more space over here. Just had lunch, and I was going through some magic stuff. There we go. And I'll just get this. There we go. That's good. Get that up out of the way. These are the wireless mics. They came in about a week ago. which is, well, maybe not a week ago, a little bit earlier than that, a little bit later than that. So I already checked, and I've got 2 of these, and they have 4 different frequencies. So that's really awesome. Each set comes with 2 of these guys. Let me see here. You've got your mic, and then you got your earpiece and stuff. So this sits over your head like this. I'm not going to pull them out of the package because these are not what we're going to be using. What we are going to be using are these wonderful little things. They're called lapel mics or lavaliers. And there we go. You see these everywhere, complete with a little connector, and they just sit here on your collar, and then you talk blah 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 blah. I will be doing testing of these very soon because I want to see how good they work. So we've got 2 of these as well. So we've got 4 different types of mics in case like somebody can't really use these, they can use the other type. We have 2 receivers, and the receivers have their there we go. Can you see that? 209.0 megahertz. There we go. This is a transmitter actually, and all you do is take your mic and put it in, push down and turn, and it screws in. That way it doesn't come out when you're talking. It's got a switch for on, ST I think is standby and off. I'm not sure about the ST. They take AA batteries, not 9 volts, and their doors are attached. Oh yeah, there's my little tea drinking pinky. They're attached so you won't lose the doors to the battery areas. So it takes 2 AA's. You close that up. It comes with a belt clip that can easily come off. All you have to do is pull it off the edge here. So if it breaks, you know how to get it back on. And it's actually a pretty nice little sturdy unit. Flexible mic, flexible antenna, so it can bend a little bit and you don't have to worry about it breaking. And these are going to be what are going to be tested straight away. So let me get these put aside here. I'm going to put them back in their bags. We've got a power supply, which is to be expected considering it's a powered unit. Comes with 4 AA batteries already, so you don't have to worry about it. Though I don't know how fresh they are. I'm going to have to get a couple of packs of AA's so that we can really make sure we never run out of juice while recording. We can record up to 4 hours, so we'll have to see what the battery life is on these mics. Alright, so there's those. We have, and had I known about this earlier, but I might not have bought all the cables, but they're higher quality cables there. These are actually TRS cables that plug in to this unit and out to soundboards. And let's get that receiver. The receiver. Oh, here we go. I was a little bit worried about this, but it does come with its own telescopic antennas so that you can make sure that you're getting the range and everything you need. It's got out 1 plus 2, out 1 and out 2 here. It's got power right there, and it's got the frequencies that it handles over here. That's about it. There's 2 antennas, of course, antenna 1 and antenna 2. I think they can be removed. I haven't looked into that, but it doesn't look, actually, no, it doesn't look like it can be, because they just turn. Probably have to pull the unit apart, and it's mainly for repairing the antennas rather than anything else. On the front, we have our power switch right here, and then we have the channel volumes, and that's it. I have 2 identical units. The only difference is the range there, not the range, the frequencies. So we'll have 2 frequencies for one unit, and then 2 frequencies for another unit. There's one thing I'm waiting for. It is mic covers so that are color coded, and I can actually make each mic color coded to a different channel on this beast right here. This is the Behringer Xenix 802 soundboard. Let's get this on here. This is where everything's going to plug into, and hopefully we're going to have a really good time taking care of everything. Now this is the first time I've opened this beastie up. Wow, that is pretty hefty. It is the power supply, and it's a standard plug into the unit, power and brick in between, so that you don't overheat the unit with the power. That is very good. I like external bricks like this, and I hate them. The good thing about the external brick is that you can just replace the entire power supply instead of the entire unit. It's like the old computers of my youth, the Commodore 64 and the Amiga. I really enjoy that kind of thing. Oh, and there's the egg crate right there. Here are the instructions, Behringer instructions, for the Xenix 1202, 1002, 802, and 502. Premium 12, 10, 8, 5 input 2 bus mixer with Xenix mic preamps and British equalizers, British EQs. So I went with the 8 unit planning for the future, because when it comes to the soundboard, it would be a lot easier to make sure that you have all the required inputs that you need before you go into the future. I'm gonna just, that's hefty. We'll set that down, take a look. Anything else in the box? No. Alright, so we're done with the box. Let's look at the unit. This is the first time I've held a soundboard in my hand. I've worked the soundboard helping my wife out at her church once or twice, and this has got packing tape all the way around here. But that's one of those really big mixers that they use to bring in PC and CD and tape and several different mics and so on and so forth. She's the one that went into the audio and communications fields in college. I went computer science, and look what I'm doing. I'm doing what she used to do all the time. So here we go. We'll get this out because I am very anxious to get the silicon package there. There we go. Oh yeah, this is very nice. It's metal. It feels very, very nice and hefty in hand. On the back here, it's just got AC power in, and there's nothing else on the back. Everything's going to be plugging into the top here. So we have our inputs. We've got regular mics right here, and we also have inputs for them. And that's where I'm going to be putting in, well, I might be putting, these are balanced or unbalanced, line in. There are 2 of them. They've got their gain. We've got stereo auxiliary turn, FX headphones. Here's the headphones. There we go. We got our stereo headphone out right here. Plus we have control room out, which is what I will be using the dual TRS connectors into 3.5. I could also use a 1/4 inch stereo to 3.5 stereo. These are the main outs, which we could actually put here, and that's going to take all the equalizer information here, plus the AV in, and so on and so forth. We have phantom power, which means that we'll have powered mics, and then min-max for left and right here. 2 TR to control room, 2 TR to mix, 2-track. So there is, this is the 2-track right here, to the mixer. So I'm going to have to read up and see exactly how to operate this. I know that I needed it because we're going to be plugging in a lot of stuff. So these guys here, and let's see here, will this work? We'll use the nail clippers of No Mercy to clip through this plastic. And is it working? Yes, it worked very well. Now I have to get new nail clippers because these will probably rip through my nails instead of clip them. Alright, so the cable is loose. The cable is loose. What we're going to do is we're going to plug in our left and our right. Yep, they fit in there really nicely. And then this will go into the units. And I'm going to have to get a nice surge protector, extra power outlet thing to connect everything up. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, at least 3 powers, and they're all bricks. This one is not a brick, so we'll have to see exactly what we can get. But it looks like we're going to be in business. I'm going to be testing this week, as I keep saying over and over and over. I'm going to test the crap out of this thing, and we're going to see just how high quality this audio can get. I'm going to see about plugging in my my condenser mic. Let's see here. Do I have that readily available? It should be right over here. Excuse me. Wow. So we have this wonderful condenser mic with its output here. Now, this is the mic mate that plugs in just like, is that right? Yeah. So here's our mic, and this right here is USB adapter for the mic. So we can do that, or we can plug this directly into the mic cables I have and directly into this unit. So we could have a nice central mic if we wanted to. But this is a pretty high quality. It is directional rather than the blue snowball here, which I'm going to adjust. I just adjust the screen. So this thing puts out some really nice warm sound too. Very, very nice acquisition. I got it from my friend Davor, who was looking for magic cards, and I happen to have most of what he was looking for. So we did a trade for this wonderful mic and the boom that I use for recording up over stuff. That's going to be wonderful because I've got cable management on that, and then I'm going to have all this cable running everywhere. Whew! It's actually happening. It's coming true. It's working. Big shout out to my wife for giving me the go-ahead to pick up the cables and the soundboard and the mics, since instead of spending like $500-600 for all the units just for the audio, I was able to get it down to $200 with the soundboard and with the mics. And it's really important that I get these tested soon so that I can keep fiddling with the knobs and everything. It's really important that I get these all tested, because if there's any fault in them, I'm going to have to return it and get a new unit or find an alternative for it. Yeah, I'm doing not an OCD thing, but an anal retentive thing of making sure all the volume levels are down, so that if I plug it in and turn it on, it's not going to kill anything. Anyway, I will be doing a test. We will test with and without the audio coming from this, and we'll see how it all turns out. We can actually do it live, so we can talk and talk and talk, and then plug in this and use the mics from this and see how it works. So, until next time, look for that test video as soon as I put it up. It's not going to be long, probably within the next couple of days. I've got a week for the next gaming night, and my friend Sun Knight, aka Ilias, as you would hear me call him in the video, he is currently out of town, and we're not going to be doing a head-to-head, but I am going to be attempting another EDH video, this time with, hopefully, better audio. And we'll see who all is going to be in that game. It depends on schedules and all that stuff. So, until next time, it's Excalibur, enjoy my videos. Hopefully this is going to be a big improvement over what I currently put out in terms of the live videos from Game Store. So, I'll catch you next time.